Have you ever wondered why some watercolor paintings feel alive while others look flat? The secret often lies in the shadows. But here's the catch, not all shadows are the same. Some glow with the warmth, while others add a cool, mysterious depth. And if you don't get this right, your painting might not have the impact you want. In this video, I'll show the easiest way to understand watercolor shadows and how to mix warm and cool shadows. Plus, you will learn how to actually paint warm and cool shadows so you can use them effectively in your work. Before we dive in, take a moment to grab one of your recent paintings and analyze the shadows. Are they warm or cool? Do they match the lighting? This quick check will help you spot what's working and where you can improve as we go through this lesson. Okay, let's do warm and cool shadows. So the first thing, we're going to create two spheres. One we're going to focus on warm shadows. The next one we'll be focusing on cool shadows. So I'm just using a cap, and don't get obsessed with this. You can also do freehand, but it's just a presentation purpose, making it a little bit pretty. So we have two spheres and it looks really flat, but we're going to make warm shadows first. When it comes to warm colors, and there are some warm colors in my palette, and this cadmium orange, this is a warm color, and yellow ochre is a warm color too. And I have a couple of cadmium red, and this is Winsor red. So these are some warm colors. There is also one more warm color I really use in my work is burnt sienna. This is a warm color too, but let's focus on the first one. So I'm going to be applying the first warm tone, and you can see that it looks really light because we're just painting the light of this sphere or the ball. And what I will do is, and I'll also make some marks around it like that to show something around it. And there's one technique a lot of people use is using tissue paper to create eyelets. So how that can be done is take a tissue paper and hold it like this and just create an eyelet. And you can see that this doesn't make any sense, but it will make a sense once we apply the darker tones around it. So assume that the light is coming from here, so we will leave a lot of lights here. So what I will do is I'll apply some of the warm colors here as well. So this is all warm shadows, that's what we're creating now. And I'll just put a little bit in the foreground, so it kind of creates a really nice lead-in. And the light's coming from here, so it's going to be lighter. And again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the tissue paper and making sure the light is coming from here, and I'll just rub it off like that. And there you go. And I'm also going to use an air dryer to speed up the process. So now we created the first base wash of the warm color. So what I'm going to do is, as I said, burnt sienna is a really good warm tone too. So I'm going to mix burnt sienna and a little bit of yellow ochre. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around the shape. So what this does is, it's going to give this really beautiful shape of this sphere ball. Again, don't try to be neat. And I also want to soften it around the edge because that's how form of a sphere works. I'll go here and just softening it and softening it like that. So we're just leaving that eyelet. So now we can utilize wet on wet, wet on wet. So when you do wet on wet, you have to be really, your pigment have to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to mix a little bit of red, and you can see that I'm only using the warmer tones. I'm not going for any cool tones. So I'm going to create something like this. So if you know form principle, this is called the Terminator, which separates the shadow side and the light side. And you can also bring it here like this. I'm going to clean my brush. And you can also pick this up by clean water And you can see that now we kind of create this really nice, beautiful, beautiful warm shadow ball. And you can see that it looks really nice. And you can also go a little bit darker. Sometimes I can use sepia a little bit, and this is also like a warmer tone. I'll mix with sepia, burnt amber, or sienna. You can use either one of it. And you can also increase the Terminator a little bit more, and you can see that now it creates more foam. So what I could do is the same mix: sepia, burnt sienna, and if it's not warm enough for you, you can use a little bit of this cat red in it, and we can just create this really nice shadow from here and from here. And you can also blend in like this, and you can see that as soon as we did this, it anchors this really nice sphere on the ground. So I'm going to put some more water, and I'm going to, because the shadow is darker where it mates the objects, but as it goes across, it gets lighter. And there's also another trick, and it also gets softer as it comes towards us. So as when I say soften it like this, I'll just take this guy and I'll just put it like that, and I'll just soften it like that. And you can see that now we kind of created this really nice like this sphere with the warm shadows. And you can see that it also looks three-dimensional as well. And you can enhance this, and you can also push it, make it three-dimensional. But this is like a simple demo of like a warm shadow. So you can see that we kind of used only few colors. These are like warm colors. What is it called? Yellow ochre, burnt amber, sepia, burnt sienna, and 2 reds. That's it. And you can also use orange as well. You would have used orange instead of yellow ochre too. It works as well. So now let's into the cool shadows. When it comes to cool shadows, think about something really cool. So whenever I tell my students to think about cool, is think about winter or sky. So what is the sky color? It's blue. So it's all this side of the palette. You can see that I kind of align my palette in such a way that it's cool colors and warm colors, and a couple of greens, neutral tint, white, and 2 reds. So it's easier to, whenever you paint, it's easier to go and pick it up. So let's do cool colors. So the first wash I'm going to do, it's the same thing. We're going to do the first wash of the sphere of the cool colors. I'm doing the exact same thing. Now I painted a little bit, and now we can be a little bit loose, because if you guys notice it, once you start painting, the first painting is not great, and you have to warm up. As soon as you warm up, you tend to paint better. But that's how I feel, but I don't know about you guys. So I'll just mix it here like that. And we can just use clean water to soften this up. And we can create a lead in like this. And you can see that I'm not that neat with this one, but the last one I was a little bit careful. And I'll let it dry now, and I'll just mix it. Now I'm just going to go dry. Before drying, the same technique, we want to create that eyelet. You can also take a clean brush, but I personally like creating using a tissue paper like that, and that looks pretty cool. So let's dry it, then I'll come back. Do the same thing, and this one I'm going to do a little bit different from the last one. So I'm going to wet the paper first, like wherever the eyelet is, so it's going to create a softer edge for us. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here, create this really nice cobalt blue like this, and I'll just go and like do something like that. And you can see that as soon as we add, it created the softer edge by itself, so we don't have to worry about anything else. But I'll just soften it like that and like that. There you go. And you can see that we cannot did it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take French ultramarine blue. So French ultramarine blue, it's a really nice darker tone. It gives a really nice darker tone. So we're going to use as a Terminator, and I'm not able to pick up the color that much, so I'm just digging in more, And I'm just gonna create the Terminator. Actually, let's create the shape of it, and then we can go and add another Terminator on top of it. So I want to create this gradient from top to bottom, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm cleaning my brush. I'm just trying to create this really nice. So now let's add the Terminator. By the way, there is also Peon's Gray, which also gives a really nice a bluish grayish color, and that's also a cool color, and that also helps to create a darker tone as well, but we don't have to worry about it. So it's the same thing. I'm going to show a different technique now. You can see I softened it last time, so I'm going to wet the paper first where I want the softer edge, like that. So now I can do this with no water in my brush and just do that. And you can see that we kind of create a really nice warm, cool shadows now. And you can see this is how you can create warm shadows and cool shadows. Let's put the colors now. Yellow ochre, burnt sienna, and I also use a little bit of burnt amber, so I'll just put that as well. And I also use a little bit of sepia, and you can see that how dark it is. Then I'll put, I also use red, this cat red, and I'll also put some Winsor red to show the difference. And you can also put some orange. And you can see these are the warm colors. With this you can create a lot of warm shadows. Let's look into cool shadows. The first one we used is cobalt blue. We only use two colors for it. French ultramarine blue, cerulean blue. You can also use cobalt turquoise. With these colors, you can create really magical things of a cool shadow. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't have to miss my uploads every Saturday. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, keep creating, and I will see you next week.